Hello all, I am your host Rodimus Prime. It is Wednesday, April 27th, 2022, and here are today's gaming news and updates. Today's edition seems to be extra spicy as we start off discussing SEGA delisting almost every Sonic game ahead of the release of Sonic Origins. When I first initially saw Sonic Origins, I thought to myself that this is a great way for a new generation of fans to enjoy these older games. Last week I did a news story on the games expressing how excited I am for its upcoming release. It seems, however, that ever since then, I've seen negative story after negative story concerning Sonic Origins. Whether it's the ridiculous graph showing how the different paid versions of the game offers more and more content. Translated means, hey, spend an extra $20 and Sonic can wear a baseball uniform. Joking, obviously, but it is a blatant money grab, and ultimately the consumer could have experienced these games already at a cheaper price point. Unfortunately, that is no longer the case, as SEGA announced April 26, 2022, they are delisting Sonic 1, 2, 3, and Knuckles, and Sonic CD ahead of Sonic Origins. The problem with this is that it takes away from the consumers who just want to play one specific title in the Sonic series and didn't want to pay $40 to do so. It also has the potential to affect the speedrunning community, as a lot of speedrunners run older versions of the game, and if those older versions of the game are not playable or downloadable, then you're cutting that community off at the knees. This is especially true for PC players, as all the games listed were on Steam and for $5 each, which if you do the math, is half the price of what they are asking for Sonic Origins. Frankly, I feel that this move is asinine. It eliminates part of your player base that has already been established and other future players from wanting to dip their toes in because of a high price point, and in Sega's minds, making their pockets thicker is what truly matters. Going forward, I honestly don't know if I will now be getting Sonic Origins, as it is doing everything in its power to make me not want to get it. Next up is the time of the 4 vs 4 arena style shooter over. As someone who has been very active in the FPS community, I've watched the highs and lows of both Call of Duty and Halo, and there are brief glimpses of hope here and there. Whenever there is a tournament happening, the number of viewers will rise, but unfortunately, and most damning, the player base doesn't rise. As a recent report shed light on the fact that Call of Duty this last year lost 50 million players in 1 year. Let's think about that for a second. 50 million players. Less than a year ago, Call of Duty was at 150 million active users. In 1 year's time, the franchise lost a third of its player base. 1/3. Now, 100 million players is still a lot of players, but at the same time, when you lose a third of your player base, obviously something has happened. Now, you could say that it has to do with Warzone having a rough year, or the disappointing sales of Call of Duty, but the fact remains that at its core, Call of Duty is a 4v4 competitive first-person shooter, and itself and Halo have seen massive declines over the past few years. I think we have to attribute that people are looking at different games now for that competitive feel. 15 years ago, the two biggest gaming titles on the planet were Halo 3 and Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Today, the two biggest titles on the planet, in my opinion, are Valorant and League of Legends. And if you look at the numbers for Twitch today, Halo and Call of Duty will be lucky if their viewer base gets above 5,000 total people combined any day of the week. So all signs point to Activision waiting for the much acclaimed Infinity Ward to pull their butts from the fire. But I don't think it is happening this time. I think it is time for everyone to realize that in this age, FPS arena style shooters are old hat, and we are living in the time of the MOBA and BR. I feel that the MOBA and BR genres will be the most popular forms of games going forward for at least the next 10 years. And then, like the FPS arena style shooter, they will fade into obscurity to allow for the next big genre of gaming. Finally today, I think it was safe to say that Halo Infinite truly was what it said it was. An infinite cluster F of not knowing what it wanted to be or who the game was being made for. Let's start off with the fact that this is supposed to be a free-to-play live service game with constant content additions and updates. My question is, where are the content additions and updates? The game itself has been going for just about 6 months, and we are now just receiving Season 2, and in the time since the game's release, we have almost had 0 added playlists, no added ranked playlists, and the added playlists we get last for 2 weeks, and then we factory reset back to base Halo Infinite for a month. You think that would be enough to alienate your fan base, and you would be wrong. As a recent rumor that was going around on Twitter stated, Halo might have not been the Halo we know today. This rumor started a couple days ago when YouTuber Chris R. Gunn tweeted, "It would be crazy if it came out one day that a lot of the budget went to an Overwatch clone that has spent half the dev time making before realizing it wasn't working and were forced to make this version of Infinite in the last 2 years of development. That'd be nuts." That was then backed up by Jason Schreier on the Gaming Leaks and Rumors subreddit, where he said, "This was actually cut from my article late last year. Yes, 343 spent a while prototyping a hero-based system. I don't remember exactly when they switched to the current version, and the tweet linked here seems exaggerated to the point where it's almost false, but I can confirm that they were working on various hero-based prototypes. In fact, I think there were both PvP and PvE prototypes built." Alongside this initial leak from Chris R. Gunn came an image from Twitter user Delta Archive that is purported to be from Halo Infinite in 2019. It's not clear if the image is legitimate, but it shows a low-detail Master Chief in third person holding a box that is supposed to be a gun called the Eradicator. So you are telling me that not only did you create a live service game with almost no content, that it was originally supposed to be a hero shooter? I just wonder more and more if they're just trying to kill off their game, and maybe, and I hate saying this, but maybe it is time to do just that and put the Halo franchise to bed. Well, what do you think? Do you agree or disagree? Let me know in the comments down below. But alright guys, that's going to do it for me. If you could do me a favor and please like the video and subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow.